Okay, we're with Uncle M.H. Alford on August the 3rd, 1979. And what we'd like for you to do, Uncle M.H., is to give us a rundown on the Alford family roots to the best of your recollection. And you can explain it to us as you see fit.
Well, I can give it to you to the best of my recollection, but you see, that's it. I don't know all the details. There's plenty about it that I don't know. A lot of it that I never even heard about. But I can tell you what I know and what I've heard about and what I've seen. See, there's a lot of them I just heard of and never did see.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I never did see Monroe. I've never seen him.
All right.
He's
So
one of the brothers.
can you go back to, say, Barry Alford and just give details on the things that you have heard?
Well,
And just work down from there.
Well,
Or if you can go back further then.
No, I can't go no further than no man did. That's as far as I'll go.
Okay, then if you can just give it the details as you have heard them or as you know them. And we'll just take it from there and bring it on up to date.
All right. Well, old man Barry Alford is the father of Saul Alford, Major Alford, and Monroe Alford, and what's the other name? John. Now, he's the father of them.
Okay.
Now, all of them I've seen except Monroe. I never did see him. Because
Uncle M.H.?
old man Saul himself was wounded in the army and buried for dead. They thought he was dead. And he's come to himself. They didn't dig it, put him in a deep grave. They just dug a hole and threw dirt over it. And he scratched out, come to himself, scratched out, and went back into the army. I've heard my daddy told me that. Said that he just see they didn't have them high-powered machines, guns, of course, like they got now, or didn't have no muzzle-loader rifles, Captain Ball pistol. The old Captain Ball pistol, Date's got it now.
Uncle M.H., can you tell us something about Grandpa Barry Alford plantation? Where is it?
The plantation was there in Mississippi, right there about 9 miles from Maben, Mississippi, 25 miles from West Point, in what was called Webster County. There was over 1,000 acres of it altogether. And my dad lived on part of it himself, right where I was born. But, well, I don't know, my dad himself might have been born that house. I can't say, I never did hear him say.
Okay.
And he worked part of that land. In fact, he controlled it. And they only had what he wasn't operating himself. He was, the old man Saul had it rented out, and the old man was controlling it. See, because he had a fellow on it, a white fellow by the name of Jeff Trull. And old man Jeff Trull didn't like it because the old man was the boss over him, see. And he and the old man had some unpleasant words about him, but it didn't amount to nothing. The old man Saul was back. Well, that's all I knew about that. And I know part of the problem he never did use. The old man didn't. He just was there because, well, they called it old Tom Alford place.
Well, Uncle M.H.
That we used to call it the Tom Field. Because we used to go over there and it had a big well on it. But apparently when nobody used it, sometimes it would run short of the well water out. And we'd go to this place and wash some chick. Old man would take all the whole family, the girls, and the 3 girls that send in there, and they'd go in there and spend the whole day sometimes there washing clothes. Didn't have a machine on the would hang them out on the bushes and trees and let them dry, and they'd carry lunch. So I know one time they carried lunch and they just killed a goat the day before. And I was hollering for this goat meat before it got done. They kept giving it to me. I ate too much of it. It made me sick. At night I had a fit. So I went over there. The wife was at this old Tom place he called it. And he come time to eat me. Comes to giving me goat meat. I said, no, I just don't do it. I don't eat no goat meat.
Well, Uncle May, talking about burial again, how do we fit in? How did the black race come into this family tree from Barry Alford?
Well, from old man Barry Alford's son Saul. Saul was the one that turned. Saul didn't have no white children. All of Saul's children were colored. He never had a white child anywhere in the world. And the Coffers is Alford. They are not Coffers. Lance Coffey and Emmett Coffey, because Emmett's passed. Maggie's living right there with me now, but she's lost her mind. Maggie ain't quite and that's where they come in at. All of us come from old man Saul.
Well,
Henry Coffey was old man Saul's son too, but it wasn't by the same lady. And that's why he went in the name of Coffey. His mother was a Coffey, and he used his mother's name, but old man Saul Alford, the daddy of all of them.
Well, who did Saul have these babies by? What was the mother's name?
That's the one I told you they called Aunt Ezel. I never did know what her real name was.
Aunt Ezel.
There's one person living now that I know could tell you what her real name is, and I'm not, she might not tell me. That's Asleen in Detroit. Asleen is just a couple years old now.
Asleen, what's her last name?
Well, she married that dean, you know. She was a dean, and she married him and carried his name. He never had no children.
So,
That's where
Grandpa Saul had the children by,
this colored woman.
and they called her Aunt
Ain't easy.
Ezel.
That's all they called. They never did call, just like old man Saul. Now we never did call him Grandpa. We called him Saul. So
How many children did he have by Aunt Ezel?
we had 5.
And what were their names? Do you recall?
Sure, I know every one of them. Matt Alford, Fate Alford, Major Alford, Rose Alford, and Tilda Alford. Or Matilda, we call her Matilda. Her name was Matilda.
Can you give their names in order that they were born into the world?
Yes. Aunt Rosa was oldest. I mean, my dad was oldest.
And who was
Aunt
that?
Rose was next.
Now who was that?
Huh?
You're saying Grandpa Matt was the oldest.
Yeah, and Aunt Rose was next. And then Matilda and Major, or Fate and Major. His name was Buffet. We always saw Fate.
Oh.
Him was his children. He had 3 boys and 2 girls. 5 of them. And Uncle Henry was by another woman, but she was a colored. And he's a called for Alfred just the same, although he don't remember. The man saw was dead. It's just 1 year different in his age and color. He's like that.
Now, these 5 children were born in Mississippi.
Every one.
Now, what was that name of that city again, a town?
Mabel. M-A-B-N. I can show you on that.
In Mississippi. And that is close to what other city?
It's about just about 25 miles from West Point. It's not as big a city as West Point. There's a crossroad at West Point. That was why they did the most market they used to carry the cotton there to sell. West Point.
So how long were these groups of Alfords in Mississippi? How long did they stay there? And when did they leave and move to Oklahoma or the other states?
They came to Oklahoma in the early 1900s. They came there. We was one of the first that left, and the rest of them followed. My dad left there in 1904.
Now you saying Grandpa Matt left before the other brothers and sisters left?
All the rest of them followed.
And where did Grandpa Matt go to in Oklahoma?
Come right there to we walk.
And
That's
this
where
was
all
in
of Buster was raised up at. That's where he served 2 terms of justice peace right there
in Wewoka.
in
And he-
Lakeland Township.
And this was in 1904,
That was 1904 when he left
Mississippi,
Mississippi,
going to Oklahoma.
going to Oklahoma.
Wewoka, Oklahoma.
It wasn't called Oklahoma then, it's called Indian Territory.
Right.
And then a year or 2 after he was there, about 3 years after he was there, Uncle Fate came out. Aunt Rose as his sister. Uncle Fate was his brother. And then Major came out, and Uncle Henry Coffin and them came out. All of
Do
them.
you remember if they all came directly to Wewoka,
Yeah.
where Grandpa Matt was?
Every one of them came directly to Wewoka. Well, they didn't stay there, they moved away. Now, Uncle Fate, he moved up there to a place called Castle. That's where most of his children were.
But they all came to Wewoka first,
But they all came.
then branched out from there. Okay, then Grandpa Matt, was he married at the time then? When he
Was
came,
what?
was Grandpa Matt married before he came to Oklahoma?
That's what I'm telling you now.
He was married in Mississippi.
Yeah, I was born in Mississippi.
Can-
I
can-
wouldn't know much. I was no more about, I guess I was about 8, 9 years old.
Can you briefly go back and talk about that incident that Grandpa Matt had with the shotgun, or was shot in the eye or something like that?
No, it wasn't a shotgun, it was a 32 Ivor Johnson.
Now how
Jake's got it now.
how did that incident happen?
Well, his oldest daughter, Cinderella, we call her Cindy, ran off and married Ivory Bell. And he had a trunk
Now who
packed
is
up.
Ivory Bell?
That was the fellow she ran off and married.
Okay.
And he had her trunk packed up with clothes, fixing to send her off to school. She didn't want to go. He had sent her one session, and she didn't want to go back. He was sending her to what was called Marion Home Seminary. This place I was telling you about, West Point, which is 25 miles over from where we live, which that is considered a long distance then to drive a team. But anyhow, that's where he was going. So she had been going to this boy a little while, and they ran away and got married. And he didn't know it. When he heard about it, it was late in the afternoon. They married sometime that morning. And he heard about it, so he jumped on his horse. He was going to go get her. Heard that she'd run off. He didn't know she had married. But when he got to the house where they was, they had done married and was fixing to go to the table to sit down and eat. Of course, he had all his friends there. But the old man didn't have nobody with him. None of his friends with him. The only thing he had was that 32 Ivy Johnson.
Okay.
And he went there and he got down off his horse and walked to the. He didn't go in the yard, he just went to the gate. And she was happened to be out in the yard. And he told her, said, Cindy, come here. And she just come in too. And he caught her by the arm and started on off. And of course, you know, don't care what a person do, why they always got friends. Someday. And one of them spoke and said, Ivory, You gonna let a man come to your yard and take your wife? And that's your wife. And you married to her now. That's your wife. He hadn't thought he wasn't 18 years old. She was 7. So he went out and got this single barrel shotgun. And he didn't come right behind him. He cut out through the wood and went around and got in front of him. And in the road. And when Papa seen him, why he just pulled out his pistol and went shooting at him. And he shot him 3 times, never hit him direct either time. The first shot, he just glazed the skin of his head, parted his hair, just burnt the skin. That was the first shot. And the third shot, he glazed him on the left side of the neck. I've seen the scar right there. That was the second shot. And the third shot went in the corner of his left of his mouth, on the left side there, and went through and come out right there. That scar was there with the And he raised up after that with this single shotgun, filled Papa's face full, number 8 bullet shot. That through. We couldn't see.
Okay.
Yeah. And they went on with him and left Papa there. And Henry Barton put Papa in the buggy and rode him. And Papa died. One eye. Well, he went stone blind from it before he died. But the doctor said LC and them carried him to that Mayo Clinic. And the man there told him, said, why did you wait so late? He said, you're just 6 months too late. If you got here 6 months earlier, he said, I could have saved both eyes. He said, that eye got that shot in it was the cause of the other one going out.
He was completely.
That's how that.
He was completely blind when he died.
You could see a long time good out of that one. He died at 101.
What was the name of all the children of Grandpa Matt? Starting with the oldest.
Sister Simmons, that one when he got shot.
Okay.
That's the oldest one. The next one was Wesley, Sister Effie, Annie, and the 2 of them died when they were babies. The girl and the boy.
Is that all of them?
That's all of his first wife.
Okay, and who?
Then you see, that is, see, they were half sisters. Then when he and my mother married,
Okay, now what was his first wife's name?
her name was Lucy.
Lucy. And he married Lucy in Mississippi. Okay.
He married my mother in Mississippi.
He married your mother in Mississippi. And what was her name?
Her name was Minnie Jennings. She's the one I told you had all the names.
So we are some relation to the Jennings there in Oklahoma?
Yeah, you're a relation to some of the Jennings on mother's side, but not on father's side. That's most of our name.
Okay, now, so what's the name of your brothers and sisters?
Well, starting off with myself, then Edgar's next, Claude next, Ed, Houston died when he was a baby. He just couldn't walk. And then the next one.
Who was the oldest child of your mother?
Oldest child.
Of your mother?
I'm the oldest of my
You're the
mother.
oldest.
I'm the oldest of all.
Okay.
10 of them. Was 10 of them.
Uncle M.A., what does the initial M.A. stand for?
Matthew Hale. M is for Matt, and Matthew, and H is for Hale. Matt is just short for Matthew, as you know.
Were you named after someone?
Named after his dad. That's Matt, something like
Grandpa Matt.
They always called him Matt. That's all they ever called him. But his right name was Matthew. And they named me Matt after him. My right name is Matthew. They just call me M.H. Everybody, you say Hale, there's nobody.
Did Grandpa Matt have a middle name?
Yeah. No, he didn't have one. All he had was just Matt. All of his brothers and sisters called him Matt.
Can you name some of the children of Grandpa Matt, other brothers and sisters? Some of their children.
Some of his brothers and sisters?
Children, yes.
Sure, Willie Alford and Dick,
Okay, now
Rosie.
those are the children of who?
They're the children of his brother's children, Uncle Faith's children.
Okay. Name some Uncle Faith children again.
Willie Alford, that's the oldest
Okay.
of Uncle Faith's children. And then Asleen, we call her Dick, she lives in Detroit now. She's the one married to brother to with the name of Sam Dean. She goes by the name of Dean. And then the next one was Beulah. Beulah was a half sister to Willie and Asleen. Uncle Faith's first wife died, and he just had them two children, Willie and Asleen. Then he married again. He married a woman by the name of Jenny Alford. They called her Alford, but she wasn't really Alford by birth. She was Alford. One of the Alfords owned her. I don't know which one it was. And she went in the name of Alford.
Okay, now so that is the children
That's
of
Uncle Faith.
Uncle Faith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, he had more than that. That was Beulah. And then the next one was Willie LaFayette. And then the next one was one they called Pete. He's in Wichita now. And then he had a girl named Rosalie. And Rosie lives there now. And Willie. He had one named Katie Lee, one named Mattie Lee, one named Jimmy Lee. And then they had one named, I forgot her name. She was young. She died. Well, all of them dead now.
So Uncle Faye had quite a few children then.
Yeah, I think that about 12 or 14. Because he got some that I never seen. Not by his wife.
Okay. So that covers the children of Grandpa Matt, Uncle Faye. Now who's next?
Well, then Major.
Okay.
But Major didn't have any children except Booker and
Now that's the Book of Alfred in Tulsa.
yeah, that's Booker. That's that girl he married when she was 14 years old. And she died. And then he had Elizabeth. That's the one died here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
Them all he did live, that is, by his wife. He had one born in Mississippi that I never did see. I don't know what his name was, but I know it's mother. His mother was Maggie Jennings. But there wasn't no Kennedy. He was killed at 17.
Okay, now so who are we missing now? We've covered what?
You covered the,
We've covered 3 brothers so far.
yeah.
And it's 2 more children, right? There's 2 more children
Yeah.
of Grandpa Matt.
Yeah. And then, of course, his sisters had children. That's where the Gamos came in. See,
Now,
he had
wait a minute now.
son.
Grandpa Matt had 3 sons and 2 daughters?
No, he had more than that altogether. No, he had 2 sons by his first wife. One of them died of the baby, and one of them we had one daughter by his first wife.
No, I meant to say Grandpa Matt had how many brothers and sisters?
Well, But he just had 2 brothers outside himself, 2 sisters.
Okay, so we'll cover the
That is
children.
3 brothers.
Okay, so
With Uncle Henry.
okay, now so can you name the children of the 2 sisters?
Yeah. All of them now. Dumas is his son.
No, I
His
mean,
sister had,
name the
one of his sisters had 4 boys. Didn't have no girl at all.
Okay,
She had 4 boys.
what was her
One
name?
Named Ollie, Jack, Elvis, and what is the other name?
Which sister are you speaking of now?
I'm speaking of his oldest sister.
What's her name?
Her name was Matilda.
Matilda.
Yeah. She had 4 boys, Ollie, Jack, Alvin, and Hale. Now they are Dumas. See, she married a fellow by the name of John Dumas. He was a school teacher. And they separated after those 4 boys were born and stayed separated 8 years and went back together and stayed together until she died.
And she had 4 children.
Had 4 boys.
That's all she had.
That's all she had. She
Okay.
never had no girls.
Okay, now what about the other sister?
The other sister was Aunt Rose. That was Willie Alford's mother. Willie Alford was just died here last year. That was his mother.
Okay.
And her name was Rose, and she didn't have but 1 boy and a girl. And the girl was named Ludy. We always called her Sook. And she died. She didn't have no children.
Okay, so Grandpa Matt left Mississippi, went to Wewoka, Oklahoma.
That is the truth.
Okay, now, as I understand it, there's somewhere in there, Grandpa Matt was given some land there, in Wewoka, or Nobletown, somewhere in there.
No, he owned the land.
He bought some land there.
Never bought a foot of land in his life, nowhere. Not a foot. That place, what's his name now?
Okay, now how did this happen about the property that the Cyrus owns
Property where?
in Nobletown?
There's no property in Nobletown that comes in there except the property that fell to George Alford for his daddy. And that come in on his daddy's mother's side. His daddy's mother was named Annie Sykes. And her grandmother raised her, a lady Parris, we call her. She died at the age of 107. Died in 1912 at the age of 107. And she willed that 40 acres there to Annie Sykes. That's George's mother. That's where that property comes. George and Charles still on the deal, I guess.
Now you're speaking of the children of Grandpa Wesley. Do you recall how Grandpa Wesley got with Annie Cyrus?
Yeah. But they wasn't married.
How did that happen?
Well, he just Tom getting around. You got these 2 boys. That's
Where was Grandpa Matt at the time?
right there on that place. We was renting that place. And that's how he got tangled up with this girl.
Okay, we rented the property where?
Went in that property right there where they own now. We lived there 6 years.
Right there where George and Charlie was
where
born.
George and Charlie was born, both of them. Their mother was 14 years old when we got them married.
And you said the grandmother willed the land, 40 acres, to her daughter, her granddaughter, her granddaughter. Now, what about this that when Grandpa Matt left Mississippi, wasn't he given some money or something like that in a sack or something?
No,
To-
sir, I wasn't given a quarter.
He wasn't given a quarter. I thought I had heard that Grandpa Matt was giving some money when they left Mississippi by Saul Alford.
No, they almost, I think you got it mixed up with Major.
Okay.
Major Alford got some money, but that was after we left to see, well, he didn't, I don't think he got the money till after we left, but the money was there and they didn't know where it was. It was old man Saul's money. I never did hear him say how much it was, but anyway, you see his people tried to find it and they couldn't find it. And they couldn't tell him, well, we didn't find no money at all. And they said they only found $300. So here it is. So well, you just keep that. So that's the way they told
A lot of money those days.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear whatever happened to Saul Alford? At what age did he die?
He wasn't but 75 years old when he
When he died.
died. I remember just as well as then.
Did you ever see Saul Alford?
Sure, I see he give me a million nickel just to open the gate for me. Been to his place, lots of times. He didn't live far from us. See, it's all on the same bus. I'll tell you, there's better than 1,000 acres of that land.
And you all lived on some of his land at the time?
Yeah, we live all of us live there. That's why I said my daddy never ran pieces of ground in life until he went to Indian territory. We lived on daddy's place all the time. Then the place down that Vernon, that ground down there, where a major gave him that before he died. That's the size of that.
So what else can you add to the life in Wewoka?
Well, that's all I can add to.
Let me ask you this: how did Grandpa Matt get to California?
We brought him out here. We carried him first from Oklahoma to Detroit. See, after Mother died, it wasn't.
What year was this?
That was in well, he left there in 1945.
He left Oklahoma in 1945.
Went to Detroit. Stayed there 3 years.
With who?
With my brother. I had two brothers.
This Uncle Date you're speaking of?
No, that was with LC. Of course, they were together, Kier and Young. But
Okay.
he stayed mostly with LC. And then he stayed there with them 3 years, and then he came out here and he stayed with us. Stayed with me and my sisters.
Till he died.
Stayed,
And he died.
Stayed right here with me a while, and then he went up to the prison and stayed with Thelma a while. Then he went to Stockton and stayed with Sister. That's where he died.
At what age and what year did he die?
He died in the year of 1961, the age of 101.
What was his birth date?
His birth date was February the 28th, last day of February in 1860. That was his birthday. He was just 6 years old when the Civil War ended.
And he was the oldest one of his brothers and sisters.
Oldest one over in South. I mean, over in South Shore. Oldest one of his brothers and sisters.
Okay. And can you trace the locations of the other brothers and sisters of Grandpa Matt? Where did they go? I know you said they went to Oklahoma, then they spread it out.
Yeah, well, they spread out through different parts of Oklahoma. They never did live nowhere else.
Can you name some of the cities
Yeah.
where they?
Right, Willie is right there where they landed, where he died. Major died at Clareville. That's just Holland, just Willie, you know.
Okay.
And Uncle
But-
Fate died at
About
Clareville.
how old was Uncle Fay when he died?
Same age as my dad.
101. Okay.
He's 8 years, my dad is 8 years older than Uncle Fate. But I don't remember what his birthday is, but I can get it from asking. Or Dick, as we call
Are any of those brothers and sisters alive today?
it. Not one, no.
All 5 are dead.
All of them. See, Major was the baby of all. That's Booker dead.
Okay. And he's dead also.
Oh yeah, he died in 1968. February 1968. Went to his funeral right from here.
Can you discuss a little bit about Grandpa Wesley,
Yeah,
his life?
yeah. Wesley lived there with us, right there on that place where George was born.
Do you remember when he was born? Grandpa Wesley, about when he was born.
No, I see he's older than I am. That's Papa's first wife's son. No, I wasn't born.
Okay, I mean, do you recall about when he was born? But how old is he?
How old would he be?
If he was alive
If
today?
he was alive today?
Yes.
Well, if he was alive today, he would be, let's see. If he was alive today, he would be,
He's born in approximately 18 what?
well, he had to be born in, he had to be born about, let's see. Wait, I can tell you about what he had to be born. He's 12.
Why don't you
How
just,
much is 12 from 94?
well, from 94 to 82.
He had to be born in 18. He's born
1882
12 from 94.
is 82.
Oh, that's
Ni-
the year
18
he was
eight-
born.
About 1882.
1880.
Okay.
He died in 37.
He died in 1937. Okay, now, so would you go ahead and trace his life, where he lived, what he did?
Well, he lived right there with his daddy and the rest of us until he came out to
Okay, now he
territory out to Oklahoma. And then he lived right there with us.
okay, now he also, like Grandpa Matt, he got 2 sets of children too, right?
Yeah, he got Charlie and Georgia. Them was his first 2. And them was the only 2 he got outside.
And that's by Ennis hours. Okay. And he was with her for approximately how many years?
He wasn't with it at all. They just
Okay.
yeah.
And had 2 sons.
And after he married this Dunlap girl, then they moved up there.
What was her first name?
Emily.
Emily
Yeah,
Dunlap.
you've seen her.
Mother Emily was a Dunlap.
Sure, she was a Dunlap. She was Bob Dunlap's daughter. We have 14 children.
14 children.
But some of them never lived to be grown. He had one baby died in 1914. I was there when he died. He just a year younger than West that lived there. Willie died in the summer of 1940.
What can you say about some of your other brothers and sisters? Can you talk a little bit about them?
About my brothers?
Right.
Yeah. See, the boy hunting next to me, that's Bill, the one just died a month or so ago. So he never was married but once. But he's got some children outside. He had a child before he married. And that's where he got them two twins that lives at Scotland. Their mother was his daughter.
Okay, well, now what is the name of your brothers and sisters again?
Edgar. His name was William Edgar. We call his brother. And next one is Claude. That's the one died in Los Angeles, 51. And the next one, Claude, was Houston. He died young, Mr. Davis. And next to Houston was Sis.
Now, who is
No,
Sis?
LC is next to Houston. And then Sis, that's Minnie, the one who lives up there, Stockton. She's right next to LC. And then after Sis, and they had a boy named Solomon. And he died. And let's see, when did Jack die? We called him Jack. So he died in 19...
It's about 67, 68.
No.
Right after
LC died in 69. He
Jack
died
died.
a long time before LC.
It was
Jack-
right after we had the 100th anniversary for Grandpa.
Yeah, well,
That was 60.
that was in 1960.
Yeah.
We had the
So it must have been around
Oh, this
61,
house was
62.
built. There's no house yet there.
Right.
We stayed in there for 11 years.
Because I was there at that anniversary.
Right, you were right there. Okay, what year Jack died?
Can I ask you?
Must have been.
I just have a few questions. Okay, Major. What type of transportation did Saul Alford supply your father in order to come to the Indian Territory?
Oh, no, he didn't come out. He came out of the Indian Territory on train.
With all you kids?
Yes.
How did he pay for all you kids?
Easy enough. There's a lot of them didn't have to pay nothing for. All of them wasn't the age enough to pay for. Wasn't old enough.
Oh.
See, there was about 3 or 4 they didn't have to pay nothing for. They didn't have to pay nothing for Sis.
Well, why did y'all
Didn't have
leave?
to pay nothing for Jack. And didn't have to pay nothing for, let's see, I guess he did have to pay. No, I guess he didn't have to pay nothing for. He didn't have to pay nothing from, I guess he didn't pay nothing for LC, because LC wasn't but 3 years old.
Was Grandpa Matt forced to leave Mississippi?
Forced to leave. No, he wasn't, and he was forced. Now here's why I said he was. Old man Saul was responsible. Well, the white people there in Mississippi didn't like him because they couldn't boot him around like they did the rest of the colored people. Because old man Saul backed him up. See, he stayed on old man Saul's place all the time. That's what I tell you a while ago. And the white people, they didn't have but one white family that rented from old man Saul. But the old man was over him. see, about the rent. And of course, they didn't pay nothing. They didn't pay no cash. They just give so much of what they produced. They didn't produce nothing. So much of it. They paid a fourth of the cotton, I think, and a third of the corn. See? Well, sometime he'd haul it. The woman saw it to just leave it there at maps. So Jeff Trott's name was. He didn't like that. So a lot of the white people were against on that account. On that account. So old man Saul told him before he passed, said, Matt, says when I'm gone, you're not going to be able to stay here in peace. He said, you leave here and go to the Indian Territory. Old man Saul died like this year and the next year. Bought tickets and got on the train. Just left that place. He carried most of the furniture for it. Some of it was there. Yeah, I wish I had it carried. They had spinning wheels, weaving.
Okay, so really the reason Grandpa Matt left was because
Prestige.
his father had died the year before.
Yeah, he died. If the old man Saul had been living yet, I suppose he'd still be. That's the whole story.
Well, was his mother alive then?
No, she died. Yeah, she died. Wow.
He just, but Saul just told him to go to the Indian Territory. He didn't say any
when
place.
I'm gone, so you go to the Indian. So he did.
Okay.
Without what he had, stock, yes,
Oh, no. Did he ever go to school at all? Your father?
Papa said he never went to school but 3 weeks in his life. And the rest of his knowledge, he got it from studying the rest of his school. That's right. So he never studied law. But he was always with the people that were lawyers and politicians. And that's how he got to be just a thief. You know what they talked to one federal lawyer. This lawyer told him, he said, well,
Wait a minute, start over again on that.
I said, no.
How much land are we talking about now?
I don't know exactly how much it was, but I've heard him say it was much over 1,000 acres altogether in Webster County, Mississippi.
1,000 acres.
Over 1,000.
Now what about this 1,000 acres again?
I said that none of them children ever got for it. He just left. See, they told him, they told Uncle Fate and Papa too, said, this lawyer says, I can get it for you, every foot of it, if you all are his blood children. Says, I can get it. But we'll have to go to Washington, D.C. to have the case, to fight the case.
And what year was this? When the lawyer told you this?
I don't remember what year it was that they
Approximately.
told that, but that was after the old man saw that. That was after we came out to they did too. There's a number of years after that when they talked about it. And he told him, said he would get it, but said, you know yourself, said you wouldn't be able to live there in peace. Because they had all left there. But he told him, said, I can get up with it. You all live native born children. Yeah. Of course, he said, it costs some money.
But he would have to go to Washington, D.C.
Huh? He told him they'd have to do that. Why he said it, that was the way it was. It looked like they could have went to any federal
over
court.
1,000 acres.
Hmm?
It was over 1,000
Over
acres.
1,000
In Webster County.
in Webster County.
But now you don't remember the city, the town?
Yeah, near Mabel, just 8 miles from Mabel, 25 miles from Westmore.
This Mabel is spelled M-A-B-E-L?
M-A-B-E-N, Mabel.
Mabel. Mabel, Mississippi.
I'm sure it's on the map.
Well, who started this investigation of the land? Whose idea was it? Your father?
My father and Uncle Faith. This is what we started. And there was some land there that I don't know how Major come in possession of it, but anyway, he willed it to Jim Gamble. That is his sister's son. And Jim had never seen it. And he told me, well, he wasn't talking to me, he was talking to my daddy and my present. And he said he went there and looked at it and said there was a lot of tax against it. And said it wasn't worth nothing on the market at the time. He said you could buy all the land you wanted to right there from the state for 50 cents an acre at that time. So he said he'd have to pay all that back tax. And he just walked off and go back to see.
About what year was this?
That was way back in 1911 and 12.
Well, where you get all this information from? How did you happen to?
I got it from them here at the store. That's how I got it. I've heard my mother say it. I've heard my daddy say it. How much it was. But I didn't know.
Back in 1912, this is 1979, you still remember the conversation that the lawyer told them they could get that
Absolutely, I
land
remember. Yeah.
if they go to Washington, D.C. in federal court.
Right.
Okay.
See, my daddy never have been back there since. But the rest of them have. Uncle Faith, and Uncle Lane, Jim, Gamble, that's Uncle Lane's son. But my daddy never did go back. Nothing.
Well, none of those people that have been back there are alive today.
Not the one. The only ones alive is Big, one that lives in Detroit. Adeline, her name is, we always call her Big.
Now, she has been back.
Oh yeah, she did that.
Adeline Dean, right? Get back into this school. All right. Now, Grandpa Matt had Cindy ready to go to school. Was this a high school or a college?
College, Maryland Seminary, right there in West Point, Mississippi. The woman that built it, had it built. Her name was Mary Holmes. She was from New York. The school, they burned it down once, that is, they didn't. We just said the black people burned it down because this woman built it for the colored people. And the crackers there she was from New York. She was a Yankee. Her name was Mrs. Mary Holmes.
And she was white.
No, yeah, she was white, was Mary Holmes. And she was from New York. And why she taking interest in building it? Why, her mother was a rich, wealthy woman in New York. And they had a colored woman working for her. It was a very good woman. And she died working at the time, working for this Mary Holmes' mother. And she said she was such a good woman that she just wanted to do something for the colored people. She had heard her talk and tell how they were treated in New York City, see? And she was determined to do something, so she went to West Point and built that school. And it was called Mary Holmes Seminary, named after Mrs. Mary Holmes from New York. They built it, and so at first it was just a girls' school. There wasn't no boys going there at first, and afterwards, right, they decided for the boys that were still working in the name of a seminary, and so Papa sent Sister Cindy there, and she went one time, and she didn't want to go then. She just didn't want to go to school, period. But he was determined that she would make something out of it. He just sent her on in it. Well, when that time was up, he was fixing to send her back. He bought her clothes and books and everything. She had to buy the books in school. And she ran away from home. Yeah, shoes.
Well, you have to finish high school before you go to college, right?
So you would have to finish high school. Well, yeah, but in them days you didn't, because she hadn't finished no high school. I know that. She never did finish.
Well,
At that time they didn't, because that was supposed to have been a private school.
Well, how do you think that he was able to get her into a college and not finishing high school? Or...
Well, because that wasn't their system then.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was way back there. That was, let's see, I wasn't, when that happened, I was 5 years old.
Well, maybe she was smart enough.
No, she wasn't all that smart. She wasn't smart at all. But he was trying to make something out of it, and he determined.
Oh.
But he didn't bother about none of this. Me and none of this.
Uncle M.H., when were you born?
Huh?
When were you born?
When was I born?
Uh-huh.
Well, I'll tell you.
What is your
You
birth?
know history, don't you? I know you do. 'Cause you,
A little bit.
yeah, all right. When old Teddy Roosevelt went over to Japan, not Japan, Spain, had that handshaking with Spain over there. I was 4 years old when that happened. Now you know when that is.
Well, on his picture, he's about 4 years old too.
Yeah.
No, I can't figure out the year from that, so would you tell
Yes,
me?
you can, but no history. You know history.
Well, I don't recall Teddy that well.
Teddy Roosevelt?
Teddy, yes, that's going back a little too far from
yeah,
me.
that's common. And they had that song about looks mighty cloudy, but them colored boys were singing that. Look mighty cloudy, but it ain't gonna rain. Going to Cuba to whip old Spain. You are sure. Went down to the hop giant. Yeah, them soldiers had a fight just because Spaniards wouldn't treat them Cubans right. Yeah, you know that. That's in history. Well, I was 4 years old.
You was 4 years old. So,
Teddy went over there, and boys was fighting, so they thought that they were going to lose out. We had that 9th and 10th Cavalry over there. And he went and fell over behind a log and said, boys, retreat, retreat. They hollered back to him, said, I'd rather die with a bullet in my back than in my breast than die with one in my back. And they went on, they taken that fort. And that darky looked up and seen that Spanish spy up there in that tree. And he said to his partner, they was 1 mile away. He said, you see that fellow in that tree out here? Give him his field glasses. He said, yes. He said, now watch him fall. And he raised up that rifle and knocked him out of that tree 1 mile across. Pictures in that colored history now. Him falling out of that tree.
so you were born in 1890 what?
Well, I was 4 years old when they had that skirmish with them. I wasn't old enough to go.
Well, I can't figure out the year though.
That Spanish, that Cuban War, they thought it broke out in 98.
So you was born in 1894.
98.
What's the month and date?
July the 20th.
July the 20th, 1894.
That's how you know.
Day after Dad's birthday.
Huh?
Dad's born July the 19th. I'm born July the 26th.
July the 26th. I didn't know that all this
Yeah.
time.
Well, I didn't know you was July 20th.
I didn't know you was
No
July
wonder
at
you so
all.
stubborn.
Well, I'll be down.
So you're 85 years old.
Right.
85.
Haven't been broadcasting.
85 years old. That's I know you don't want to tell your age.
Well, it ain't the God.
No, would you
Mind telling it, but
would you
I-
name those brothers and sisters again of Saul?
Saul's brother?
Brothers and sisters.
Well, I don't know, but two sisters of Saul. And that was
Okay.
Nance Ann, and I don't know what her name was. They called her Puss.
Okay.
And
And
I don't know what
and
her
what's the-
name
what's the
was.
brothers?
That's the one Aunt Rosa slept with.
okay, now what the brothers' name again?
Bill, Major, Church, and Monroe. Those
So-
are the brothers.
So Saul had how many brothers?
Well,
Was it
Bill,
four?
Major, 2, Church, John was 4. Right, yeah, Monroe.
You're talking about those brothers of Commander Saul.
Yeah, that's what I said. There was 5 of them, but there wasn't the 4 that I've seen. See, I never did see Monroe.
Okay, and it was just two sisters, so you just knew.
Just 2 sisters. Ever knew anything about them. That was Nancy Ann and the one they called Puss. Bitch should know her name.
If you were going to go back and try to trace the roots back farther than the Alford's plantation there in Mississippi, Barry Alford plantation, how would you go about it?
Well, the only way I could go is just go there and go to the county seat and get the names of the originals. That's the only way I could do it. Because there's none of them living. Could give me any kind of information. There's some relatives. Now them Parris, as I said, Warren Berry had that son named Billy Berry. His name was William. They called him Billy all the time. Now he's got some children and grandchildren there. I might could tell something. But
And the-
none of the Alfords. Of course, they would be blood kin to the Alfords because it'd be Nancy Ann's grandchildren, which is Saul's full blood sister.
Do you know anything about how this black lady, who is Matt Alford's mother, how she got to Barry's Alford plantation?
Sure, she was old man Barry Alford's slave woman's daughter. That's how she and old man Saul got tangled up.
Okay,
She was raised right down the place
So-
with Saul. With his children, they come up together.
so Matt Alford's mother was also on that plantation.
Sure, I should say that's how it come about. See, association. That's all.
Did you ever hear of any discussion, anything mentioned about her?
About her,
Matt Alford's mother.
his mother's mother.
Yes.
No, I didn't hear that. Mother's mother.
Okay, now-
That's the one they call Aunt Edie.
Okay, now, so,
I never heard this him tell about his mother's mother.
okay, now,
Who could be his
what,
grandmother.
Saul's, the woman that he had the children by,
Yeah.
what was her name again? What did they call her?
Called her Aunt Ezel.
Aunt Ezel.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now, if her mother was there on the plantation, her father might have been too. It's a possibility, right?
Could have been. I don't see one, but
So if we can do that, we might be able to find the first black situation, mother and father, on back down the line.
Yeah, but I don't think we find, because I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You see, if like father's grandmother was a slave, see, she could have been bought from somebody else. I don't know. I never heard him say anything about that. But yeah, I never heard him say anything about her at all. The only one I heard him talk about. And ain't Sister Cindy told me about that. Sister Cindy knew. She died before not before I was born, but not the baby.
Now, how far was this coffee plantation from the Alford's plantation? Do you know?
Coffee plantation?
Uh-huh. Was that how the Coffees got their name, Coffee?
Yeah, it was all, I don't know if, I guess it's in the same county, because they were raised, the county seat of that was called Walthall, was the county seat of Webster County. And they were raised up around Walthall and Moynihan and Newport.
But the Coffee family that we know actually comes from Saul Alford.
Sure, absolutely. Them was Henry Coffey's sons. All them Coffeys you know come from Saul Alford. And man Henry Coffey and Saul's son, right next to Coffey. Just different number. He's just as much like old man Saul as the rest.
Have you ever been back to what you call it, Mabon?
No, I ain't never been on Mississippi soil since I left. I ain't never wanted to. But I would go now because it's changed. So they got colored highway patrols there and everything. So they tell me. More of that old Ku Klux Klan stuff.
Now, how well do you know this Aunt Beck, this Dean lady in Detroit?
No, well, no, before ever she married. She's only about 2 years older than I am.
No, she would be Aunt Beck.
Yeah.
Is that Uncle Faith's daughter?
That's Uncle Faith's oldest daughter.
And she is living in Detroit. And do you have the address of her?
It's on that list.
It's on the list?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Leela
Now-
Dean.
Now she's about the only one that can take us all the way back.
She should be able to take it further than I am. Because, you see, well, wait a minute, I'll take that back. I don't know what. See, they didn't live on the place long like we did. They lived other places. Her daddy and mother and father. But we all stayed right there on the place. They go out. They lived down in what's called Mississippi Delta for a number of years. And Uncle Faith got 2 or 3 children born there. But she should know because.
Now did the old man Saul tell Uncle Faith the same thing he told your father to get out of there?
I don't know whether he did or not. I don't think.
But they came about the same time, didn't they?
No, this was a couple of years ago.
Oh.
But we came out there, as I said, in 1904. We left on Christmas Eve Day, 1900.
And Uncle Faith came 2 years later.
2 or 3 years later.
And Aunt Beck is his oldest daughter.
That's his oldest.
And who's Uncle Faith's oldest? Willie was his oldest son.
Oldest son.
'Cause we just buried Willie last
Yeah.
year. Okay, now, a Beck, her last name is Dean, and it's on the list.
Yeah, she married a fellow named Samuel Dean. They didn't have children.
Are you friendly with her?
Like that?
Are you friendly with her?
Yeah.
Do you think she would object to us talking to her, interviewing her like we interviewed
No,
her?
I don't think she would. As far as she knows. But some of the boys said that she tries to make out like she don't know as much as she do know. She don't want them to know how old she is. But that ain't have no bearing.
Well, when last have you talked to him, Beck?
I haven't talked with her since I was up there in 76, I believe.
Mm.
Is she older than you?
Yeah, she's 2 years older than me. See, Willie's 2 years older than she is. No, Willie must have been. Willie was 90 when he passed.
Yeah,
Last
that's,
year.
that's right.
And he's 2 years older than she. Willie must have been more than 2 years older than she. Because Willie was 5 years older than me.
Oh, I thought she was the oldest of her Uncle Faye's children.
No, Willie
Oldest daughter.
Oldest daughter.
She's just the oldest daughter.
Okay.
But Willie was the oldest.
When
59 years next month.
Uncle Emmett, when did you come to California?
Came out in 1926. That's on the 19th day of December, 1926.
And before then, were you still in Oklahoma?
No. I lived everywhere but I left Oklahoma in 1940. Lived everywhere else but in Wyoming, Colorado, Arizona, Texas. Spent 2 years on the Gulf, right on the Gulf. Galveston.
And who did you marry?
Married, my girl was a Mac Junkin. Who I married. Mary Mac Junkin. She's a native of South Carolina. Yeah, that's what I got that right there.
So you've been married to Aunt Mary for 59 years?
He's 59 years, 28 the next month.
Where did you meet her?
I met her in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
We went to school together. Was classmates in school. Played ball together, scrapped.
You and Claude met Aunt Blanche and Sister Mary about the same time.
No. Well, we met about the same time, but see, after we married, Claude and I was batching together. My girl and I.
Okay, now, who is Claude?
That's my brother, the one that died there a number of years ago.
Okay.
And she was,
Is that Claude right there?
yeah, that's Claude when he was a baby.
That's Celestine. You know, one of the raised on let's say down there.
Yes.
That's Celestine Claude.
Okay.
He was a baby. And when I married, why Claude stayed on with me for about 4 years. And then Blanche comes to stay with us. And of course, she and Claude got to going out together. You know, and
Catting around.
got place they thought they wanted to get married. And I told them they shouldn't do that. I said, 2 brothers marrying 2 sisters. I said, I'd rather not be that. I said, we have children, they'll be double kin and all like that. And I kind of abused him for it. So I hated it so bad, I didn't even stay to see them get married. I left the house and married right there in my house.
Uncle,
That's how come the husband in the name of Alford, because she married my brother, 2 brothers married me. My girl never had no children. 12 years. Girl had 3 or 4. 3 girls, 1 boy, and the boy died very early.
Uncle Emma, this picture I have here with Grandpa Matt and his family. Would you name these? Name them all for me here
Sure.
on this picture.
Yeah, that's Annie, Effie, and Wesley. That's Sister Annie. That's her granddaughter's coming up here in the morning.
Okay, Sister Ann is the one back to the right.
Yeah, that's
In the
her
back
right
and in the right. Okay.
And that's Sister
One-
Effie right there.
Sister F is in the back, center,
Sitting
standing
right
up.
behind my mother.
Okay. And,
That's Wesley there. That's your granddaughter.
okay, he's standing behind Grandpa Matt. And this Grandpa Matt here. And who is next to Grandpa Matt?
That's
Holding the
my
baby.
mother.
This your mother.
Mhm.
Okay. And what's her name again?
Her name is Minnie Jenny Annie Alford.
And who is this next to her?
That's my mother's mother. That's Melinda Jennings. That's my mother's mother.
His
My
mother's mother.
grandmother's mother.
Okay. Now who is
That's me right there.
Grandpa Matt is holding you.
That's Claude right
Your mother is holding Claude.
there.
Claude is younger than you.
Yeah.
Okay, and your grandmother is holding
Edgar.
Edgar.
Bill, the one that just died months ago.
Okay.
That was taken in Mississippi.
Okay, what about that other picture? Okay, I have another picture here. That
Yeah.
that shows some of
Them Bill.
Barry Alford children.
Yeah.
Okay, now the men's here sitting down. Who are they?
Well, them the sons.
One
This
to the
is
left,
Old man Bill Alford.
one
right
to the
there.
right is
That's old man Bill Alford.
okay. One in the center here.
That's not Alford. That's Warren Berry. That's Nancy Ann's husband. Saul's sister's husband.
Okay, and the man on the end over here.
Yeah, that's church.
That's Church Alford, Saul's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I guess you don't know any of the other people.
All the one I know there's Nancy Ann. I don't know none of these.
Nancy
others.
Ann is which one?
That's her right there behind us. Right there. That's Nancy Ann.
Right. Okay, but behind and to the left of Barry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now the rest of them are, one of them others is the one I told you they call Puss Alford. But I don't remember her name. They just call her that.
Do you know which one she is on here?
No, that's what I said. I don't
Okay.
know which one of them it is. I don't remember seeing her but once, twice. I know we went over there. They sent us to the house or something. And they was eating dinner. It can they tried to get us to eat because we was too bashful. We were eating, they gave us 2 or 3 sweet peas. We went off eating. She was sitting at the table with.
Where's your brothers and sisters living today?
Well, one of the boys was in Detroit.
And which one is that?
That's Dave. He's the one supposed to be here.
That's Major Alford. He's in
Call him
Detroit.
Dave, huh?
Okay.
And of course, Edgar, he just passed.
And he lived in Omaha, Nebraska, right? Okay, now you have some sisters, right?
Yeah, one is up at Stockton, the other is in Palo Alto.
Okay, which one is in Stockton?
That's the one that told me. I just talked to her. They were just in an operation, so she did. They hadn't taken a picture of that.
And what's the name of the other one?
Thelma.
Thelma.
Yeah, she's the one. Palo Alto.
And so who is the youngest out of the ones living?
The youngest out of them there is Thelma.
Thelma.
She's from my mother's.
That's ain't Thelma.
You missed one. Okay.
No.
Rob.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's the one down in Arizona.
He's the baby, right?
No, Selma's the baby.
I mean, the baby boy.
No, Date's the baby boy.
I thought Uncle Rob was the baby boy.
No, Date's younger than Rod.
What are we doing?
Rod's almost 2 years older than this.
I always thought Uncle Rob was the baby. Is that the reason why they don't ever like to talk about some things that the Alphas don't like to talk about? You know, like your mother right here. They very seldom talk about your mother.
I don't know why.
And they very
She
seldom
was
talk
well
about
thought of.
her grandmother, which is Jenny.
Yeah, her mother was well thought of.
And they don't talk about Uncle Rob.
No. There wasn't much said about him. But I didn't know about her mother. But she was well thought of. She was connected with what was that Holiness Church for years. Even that was one reason why she died. They didn't believe in taking medicine. She wouldn't take no medicine, no kind of.
Is that the reason why you were Chevrolet Advent?
No. No, she wasn't a Chevrolet.
No, I'm talking to you.
No. I know this long enough. I was about 2/3 into it before I joined up.
This picture again. Which one? You know, Ann Weldon, Maxine Weldon.
Mm-hmm.
All those girls. Which one of these girls is their
Mother?
their mother?
Right there, the one standing in the center. That's it.
Effie.
Mm-hmm.
That's Ann Weldon's grandmother or mother?
That's her grandmother.
Her grandmother.
She had a daughter named Beatrice. And
That would be your niece.
Beatrice is the mother of Ann and that other girl. They had 7 children.
Well, now, what was her name after she got married?
She married Anderson Jennings.
Anderson Jennings. And then her daughter, which was named Jennings, married Weldon.
They had the Roosevelt Weldon. That's Ann's mother and father. Ann, Charlie.
Well, is Ann's mother still living?
Oh no, she passed away. Ann's mother and father both. And that's right after the
Because I remember when they were living in Bakersfield.
So you didn't know.
I remember when they were living in
Yeah,
Bakersfield.
they still live in Bakersfield, they only live. I mean, them other children, except the one that's out in Beverly, like Ann, and what's that other, that boy,
Maxine, Charles, yeah.
Maxine. But that Willie Ray, he still lives right there.
And their mother and father is dead.
Roosevelt, yes.
Well, they must have died young.
No, Roosevelt wasn't an old man. Roosevelt ain't near old as I am. Yeah, he died. Roosevelt wasn't out of his 50s.
That's what I thought. Was this Grandpa's oldest daughter?
No, the oldest daughter's the one that had shoots figured out. She isn't known that.
Oh, Cindy is the oldest.
Yeah, that's the one that
Now, what's her name again?
Effie.
Effie. And she married a Jennings.
Married that fellow named Anderson Jennings.
Well, wait a minute. Was that Anderson Jennings related to your grandmother Jennings?
Right. Anderson Jennings and grandmother Jennings. In other words, Sister Effie married her step-uncle. See?
Mm-hmm.
Anderson Jennings was mother's brother. And my mother raised Sister Anderson Jennings was a baby of my mother's family. And that made Anderson Jennings.
That went over my head.
All right, now look, I'll show you how it did. Anderson Jennings was mother's brother. All right, mother and father married. Effie, Anderson's wife, was father's first wife's daughter. See, my mother was her stepmother. But Anderson Jennings would have been her step-uncle. And that's who she married. There wasn't no blood kin at all. See what I mean?
That's still over my head.
Anderson Jennings, mother was a Jennings. Anderson is mother's brother. Well, mother married my daddy, and Effie Jennings was his daughter by his first wife. See, Papa had 2 wives. His first wife, as I told you, was named Lucy. All right. Then when he got grown, Anderson got grown, and Effie was grown, they ran away and married. He didn't have no shooting stick, though. They ran off and married. So that is, she just married her step-uncle.
Her step-uncle. And that was your grandmother's son. Grandmother's son. Married your sister.
Yes.
There are some names that seem to go with the generation. As a new generation come on, it seems like it takes on some of the names from prior generations. Do you care to mention some of those names?
Well,
like I noticed, like Major. It seems like Majors come all the way through the generation.
Yeah, it come from old man Major Alford.
Okay, what are some of the
Major
other?
Alford was the one I told you had the store there in Maybin. That is old man Saul's brother.
Okay, what are some of the other names that seem to go through the Alford family?
Well, Buzz. There was one of them old Alford's named Buzz, but it wasn't a brother to him. I don't know what kin was to my brother. But I never seen him. Buzz is the one that lived in Oklahoma City. His right name was Major, what they called him.
Okay. What about Saul?
I don't know of any of them. Old man Saul's right name was Saul, what they called him.
What about this name? Willie.
Yeah.
That,
His name was James Willie. Or I used to call him J.W.
J.W.
He used to live in the house with us. When he married, see, he couldn't read and write. Never could. And I wrote the letter when to ask for his wife.
Well, how did you learn how to read and write?
I went to school.
In the Indian Territory?
Yeah,
Or in Mississippi?
I went to school in Indian Territory. Sure. I went to school after I was grown there.
In Wewoka?
Yeah, right there we were.
On Nobletown?
Yeah, right there.
Well,
how did your grandmother was only 2 years older than me? No. Yeah. But she was just a little better than 2 years older than me.
You've been 2 years.
I was 11, she's 12.
Well, did your oldest brother?
She was about 3 years old.
Did your oldest brother have any kind of education? Because he was a smart man. Your oldest brother.
No, he never. Well, yes, he just had college school. He never went to college. He didn't
Did he
even
go to
finish
school?
high school.
Did he go to school in West Point?
No, he never did. None of them went there after old man had that shooting skirt.
Did you ever talk anything about Grandma Lucy?
Who's that?
Grandma Lucy.
Lucy.
You
Well,
know?
that's Papa's first wife.
Yes.
You know, all I've ever said, just, they always call her Aunt Lucy. I never seen her. See, she died 4 years before I was born. She died in Papa State saying 3 years. And he and Mother married. That's how come he got tangled up with all that. He would leave the children. See, his children didn't have no mother until he died. And they didn't go to school. And he would leave them there with grandmother. Grandmother's children didn't go to school together. So that's how he got tangled up with mother, I guess.
In the condition of the world after World War I and the Spanish influenza?
Sure. I should say there's a major difference. Should say. Last, see, we didn't have the medical facilities we got now. That's the vast difference right there. There was no such a thing as these medical institutions we got now. Like that.
But I mean, a difference in the time before World War I. You see the difference in how the conditions were before World War I and then after World War I started. There are major difference.
Yeah, there was a difference.
For the attitude of mankind. The attitude of mankind.
Well, I think the attitude of mankind was more social before that than it is now. See, it looked like they got to be more foreign, to my notion. That may be just my feeling about it.
You mean it seemed like everybody want to get to themselves, was out for themselves?
Yeah, it looked like they're more selfish. See, we don't have that close communion with one another. Did before.
I read
That
that.
is, but now when it comes to race, as far as race, I think the race is more close together. They got more close together, even got close to after this Japanese war. They got close. Of course, Martin Luther King come on the scene. Went around and had those marches through the country, freedom marches and called it. We got rid of all this old who struck John silly discrimination. But of course that was about the rest.
I read where one writer said that after World War I and the influenza and all broke out, that the world just sort of went mad. Did you feel that way about the conditions that was on here on there?
Well, I don't feel that I think the world, they didn't go mad. I said they went back more heathen. There was more brutality than before then, to my notion. But of course there were more people. But yet still, you didn't hear as much crime as now it's just crime, that's all you can hear. Turn on the radio, pick up the paper. Just crime after crime. It's like now I was listening TV last night, telling about this guy killed 11 people. And there they got him up there trying to have a trial about it. Of course, she just hanged him. So we don't need this stuff.
So,
I don't know why with that. I said they were trying to play Santa Claus to the whole world and to gain prestige with the rest of the world. But that don't stand. In other words, if you can gain enough prestige with the rest of the world, then you can soon be a world ruler. But they ain't never been but one world ruler that ruled all the then known world, and that was Nebuchadnezzar. And the Bible tells you plainly that there'll never be another world, one world ruler. They've all tried it. Old Charlemagne tried it. Read your history. Napoleon Bonaparte tried it. He failed. Old Mussolini tried it. Hitler tried it. Old Hitler had, I read in the papers during his time, that was in World War I, where he said God is going to rule the heaven, he is going to rule the world, the earth. Now where did he land at? It can't be. There'll never be another one world through Christ. The Bible tells us that. We can't deny it. We can't get around the Bible.
no, of course not.
Yes.
So it was due to people, the government's greed
Sure.
that these conditions has
Yeah, that's what
prevailed.
it's for.
Did that Spanish influenza did kill any of the Alphas that you know of?
Not a one that I know. I never let it kill me. I thought it was going to get me. I was in Denver, Colorado. Didn't know a human there. I went there, didn't know them. I never did. This thing come on, like working at the factory. People were dying like sheep with the water. My awful pity. It's wonderful to catch a Spanish influenza. I really been sick and I people for
What year did this Spanish influenza start?
1918.
1918. Right after World War I.
So I said, I'm way out here from home. I ain't got no insurance, you know. Something happened to me. Might not have enough money to bear it. They're going to take me out from insurance. I didn't come home. I just went right out of work at the package house. I got off at 3:30. Of course, the office would be open till 5 or 5:30. Went right on downtown with the insurance company. Told them I wanted to take out sitting there. Said, you do? I said, yeah. He said, well, all right. So he sat down and got out his paper. Went to ask me questions. Had I ever been sick? TVs and stuff like that. Which I had. I've been sick in the bed all day of my life, which I hadn't at that time. He said, you look like a healthy man, which I was, but I sure had the headache so bad then. I couldn't hardly sit up. So he wrote me up, and I paid him a long time. Let go to him, all right. I stayed there and worked there 6 months longer. Patching company. Sick even though I didn't get that. Cold.
But it did kill a lot of people.
Yes, there's a lot of people.
But when World War II came, were there similar conditions to World War I?
No, we didn't have that disease.
And when did World War I start?
1918. 1960. They declared war on Germany in 1960.
And how long did the war last?
Last just about 2 years.
2 years.
See, Germany surrendered 11th of November 1980. I was working with Parris, Davis, and then the men just coming through running and hollering, just left the building. They just had to close it down. They couldn't really fit all in there. Legal just about 10, 11 o'clock. Screaming and running. Now, in World War I, when they were drafting people, I was working for a full war team. And this was in a German community. And the men that had charge of this registration board were all Germans, every one of them. The man I was working for was named Fritz Irving. And he carried me to this registration board that night. 5th of June, 1980. And there was only 2 colored boys registered there at that time. At the time that I was 2 outside myself. The rest was Spanish and white. Now, I don't know about the white, but neither one of us colored boys went. And I don't know whether in them Spanish there was 2 there, 2 Spanish boys. And just registered on Tuesday. And the following Sunday, me and 2 of these boys that was with me, that registered, went off for about 12 miles from there to a place called Liberty Hill. Just, galloping down and I lost this registration card. It was number 65. Well, I registered on the 5th of June, and on the 16th of June, 12th of June, I left there. But I went to this registration board, to the man that was head of it, and told him, I said, I've lost my registration card. And I said, I want you to give me a duplicate of it, so that if they'd have a way of getting it. If you were eligible to register and couldn't show that you registered, or they'd lock you up and hold you for the register. They call this grandeur of the slide. So I told him that I lost and I wanted to give him a duplicate. He said, well, Alfred, he said, they didn't give us no duplicate form. He says, I haven't got any. He says, I can't think of it. I said, well, you can give me something to show that I work. He says, I haven't got anything to give. He said, that's one thing to do. If ever they stop you, ask questions about it, just have them call me. So put it on my telephone number, which I did. Just have them call me. I said, yes. But I said, I wouldn't want to be hampered up there. I would take time to do that. He said, well, that's all I can do for him. So I just worked for him. Well, I didn't tell him that I was leaving. That was in Milam County, Texas, about 94 miles from Galveston. And I went on back to Kansas. And I was working for a fellow there in Kansas on a wheat farm. he was farming livestock here. We were just getting along fine. I was on that colored world. I didn't see my color. I'm looking at grass. So I was telling him about it. I said, you know one thing? His name was Sylvester Haynes. I told him that. I said, yes. I said, I think I'll just volunteer. Oh, you don't have to volunteer. Wait till they send for you. They might not send you. But I didn't tell him that I was leaving this education program. So I decided I'd write to him. So I wrote to this board where I really told him to send me something. The letter came back. They didn't get it. So I wrote another letter. He had it registered. He had the letter insured. And told them if they didn't send me some questionnaires of some kind, I was going to volunteer. Well, that letter didn't come back, but it went home. See, the folks home like that, Oklahoma. I was in Kingman County, Kansas. And so that was in the summer, and in the fall, late in the fall of the same year, Claude got desperately sick and he thought he wasn't going to be able to work when he come home. So now I went home. The Papa told me, asked me, did I have a letter? Did I work for the government? I told him, yes, I wrote him one, and I never asked. Never get one. He said, well, it's in the post office. Yeah, he said, they asked me, did I know M.H. Alford? He said, yes, M.H. Alford, my son. He said, well, there's a letter here from him in return. He said, well, if you give it to me, he said, I'll send it to him, I'll give it to you. He said, no, he said, we can't do that. So he didn't have no authority. He said, just tell him whenever he comes in, fine, come and get it. Well, the war was over. You know what I believe? I just believe them guys didn't turn it in. See, we were fighting Germans. And that was a German settlement. And them guys that had charge of that registration board was ever one Germans, full-blood Germans. I just believe they didn't turn it in. Because none of them boys, there was 2 other colored boys outside the set, and the rest was Mexican. And none of them went. Not a one. And that's just what I believe. So I didn't go. Well, when this other war came, I was too old. So I didn't get to go.